Hey guys, welcome to Two Dudes Talking. I'm DJ. That's Dustin. We're
Sup?
back. We're back. We got a lot to talk about. So let's get into it. Let's kick off. Let's talk MMA first off, right?
Okay.
So we have Anthony Johnson and Yoel Romero both released by the UFC. Um, I can I can understand why both of them were released. They're kind of on the other side of their careers and not really offering anything to Uncle Dana and the UFC in terms of title contention and drawing fans. But I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, look, I think that Rumble had a great run in the UFC.
Mhm.
Uh, he hasn't done anything lately that I recall. I don't even remember the last time he fought, truthfully. That's, I think, how long it's been.
Well, I mean, he made a comeback, right? He retired,
Yeah, he
and
retired,
then
came back, and fought for the ship,
right.
which
So
is
maybe
great.
they thought he
But
was going to make a little bit of a mini run, given the fact that John Jones vacated his title.
yeah,
And then it's basically guys fighting for bones as scraps. And they,
well,
I mean,
yeah.
on paper,
But
Rumble looks like he can regain the title, but
yeah. And Romero, I mean, entertaining in the fights he's been in, but he's not on the right side of 30.
he also gasses out, right? So
Oh,
I
yeah.
think everybody tends to remember, oh, he's such an entertaining fighter. He is in rounds 1 and 2. Um, two,
That's most
two
fighters.
the first part of 2, and then he gasses out, and then he's not so exciting anymore, right? But
Yeah.
for both guys, and Rumble was now signed by Bellator, and Yoel, Scott Coker also announced, we will pass on Yoel.
Really?
I think it's interesting because Coker says, and I quote, we're not really in the business anymore of signing the OGs. Then what the hell is Rumble? Is Rumble not an OG at this point? Um,
Yeah, I mean he's been in the game for years.
so do you
And
think that
also,
there's
I
a
was right. He hasn't fought in 3 years.
yeah? So so you think like it's a bit of a he's just not thinking through that quote, because how can you say that about Yoel and then turn around and sign Anthony
I would
Johnson?
I would think that Anthony Johnson is more an OG than
Then
yeah,
Yoel.
Yoel because Rumble's I don't want to say been in the game longer, but I definitely remember him being in the game longer. It doesn't mean that he has been.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I texted you this. I talked to a few people in that still are close to the business, and there's rumors. I mean, there always been rumors about Yoel, and I'm not making any accusation at all, but um, he's always been rumored to be connected to PEDs, some sort of performance enhancing drugs. And could that be why the UFC cut him with 3 fights left? Three. I mean, usually they just let guys fight through those, put them on
Yeah.
the prelims, put them somewhere, let them fight through. Um, are we going to hear something down the road? Why would Bellator pass up on a guy like that? I don't know. It seems very odd to me that where his career is headed currently. But we'll see.
I,
Um,
I think he's heading into retirement for the major organizations, apparently.
I mean,
Sad but true.
it's either something nefarious, like I just mentioned, or it's they just don't see him offering anything to their organizations, and that's why they one, the UFC's moved on, and then why Bellator passed. But we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see where he lands. I'm sticking with the combat sports. Um, one, Floyd Mayweather is going to be fighting YouTuber Logan Paul. Um,
In an exhibition match,
Not
everybody.
even Jake Paul, right?
Exhibition.
The Jake Paul that knocked out Nate Robinson. Um,
Well, yeah, I think
so
Robinson's
he's
still asleep, by the way.
so he's
Oof.
fighting the brother. And look, if you watch ESPN, they are making these Paul brothers to be like these up and coming like
The
fight
second
warriors. Like this,
comings.
I'm like, I mean, I was watching,
They're
Stephen A,
they're
and I was just like, wait, YouTubers at the end of the day. Like, I'm not taking anything away. It's very gutsy to get into the ring with anybody.
Yep.
But let's not elevate
Rocky
this
Marciano.
exhibition fight of one Jake Paul knocking out Nate Robinson, who really shouldn't even have been in the ring in the first place.
That I agree with.
And two, Logan Paul, the YouTuber, who I think got knocked out by a gamer at some point over the last couple.
It's hard to go undefeated, first of all.
But then look, and Uncle Dana made mention of this. Is this where we are with boxing? That people are kind
sadly
of excited and people would actually pay to see Mayweather in an exhibition fight with a YouTuber? Like, I mean, and that's what Mayweather is doing, right? He fought a kickboxer in Japan that was much smaller than him.
Yep.
You know, why get your face pounded in when you can take guys like Manny Pacquiao, who are on the wrong side of their career and who are a lot slower, and, you know, wait them out basically. But it's sad. I think it tarnishes Mayweather's legacy.
He's fighting a guy that's 0-1.
He's tarnishing his legacy to just, and I won't be watching. I'll wait till it's on Twitter or Reddit or somewhere else, and I'll watch a clip.
It's an
of it
exhibition match.
and
No.
cry a little bit when
How
I
about
see
just don't watch it, period. Skip. That's a skip.
Yeah. You know what?
Watch a holiday movie.
Let's all boycott that. Let's not give into the money grab that is Floyd.
Totally what that is.
And yeah, let's not watch that at
Pass.
all. Yeah. Real quick hit at Pippen, for some reason, decided to talk about Michael Jordan's ESPN
The Last Dance.
The Last Dance. Said he didn't really appreciate how he was portrayed.
Too bad.
I didn't appreciate how Pippen was portrayed either, but this was Michael Jordan's documentary, and Michael Jordan was going to speak his own truth.
Yep.
But
yeah, look, I agree with you. Pippen was not portrayed very well, but at the same time, when those events were actually happening in terms of him sitting out, not playing, he wasn't portrayed well then either. So it hasn't changed.
Oh, that was rough. That was rough to see. But they, you know what? I think at some point someone should have said he was the second best player in the league. And I think,
he was. Well, that I agree with. He absolutely was.
Anything else that would have been said in that documentary, I think would have been forgiven. I think he just wanted his due. Pippen's
having whatever.
A rough go of it lately. I mean, his ex-wife's out there dating up every NBA player she can get her hands on, and
and that NBA player is now getting a divorce.
God, it's crazy.
His wife just filed today, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Which, by the way, today is Thursday, December 10th. Happy first night of Hanukkah, everybody.
Happy first night of Hanukkah. You light your candles, right? Is that how it works out?
Or you find mini Christmas trees and you light those. I'm kidding. Yes, candles.
Oh, man. Moving on, the Olympics, 2024 Paris. We'll have a few
breaking
sports. Breaking, which also
breakdancing.
Defined as breakdancing.
They're gonna have to put down cardboard boxes. What do you think? Look, it's an amazing skill, but unless they're putting down the cardboard box and getting a boom box and walking in and putting it down and then doing it, I'm not watching that.
You know what's different than watching the females doing the floor exercise? That's basically.
I'll watch You Got Served over that. Or Stomp the Yard.
We're all gonna watch it. I mean, Red Bull Media House makes a living of it. You know, they have a breakdancing series. I don't recall what it's called right now.
Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo.
But they have competitions, and I mean, it's obviously still pretty popular.
Oh, it's an amazing skill. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think it's an Olympic sport. Just my opinion.
Skateboarding, which I totally love. You know, I obviously am a big skateboarding guy.
Again, not an Olympic sport. X Games.
I mean, why not? it takes particular athletic skill um to skateboard, to race,
Well, I
or
agree,
to
but it belongs at the X Games. That's who started it. Leave it there.
well I mean, I think that it's a way to draw people to the Olympics, right? To age down the Olympics so that younger people will take more of an interest. I would
Yeah.
suspect that the Olympics, for the most part, is the demos
Old.
older, right?
Yeah, I would
And so
agree.
they're looking for ways to bring in that new audience, and that's why I also like the addition of surfing, um, which is pretty awesome. I just
Hmm.
question like what happens when you're in a landlocked country. I guess you use a wave pool.
Well, they're probably going to have to do that anyway because one, the water's not warm typically,
Mm.
and two, how would you really judge it in terms of that dude got 6 waves, the other dude got zero? I guess they do it like any surfing
No,
competition. Never mind.
yeah, they'll do it just like any surfing
Yeah.
competition, World
So
Series
they
of
give them a
Surfing.
timer, however you do, you judge their best wave or whatever, and you're done. So
Yeah, I hope that they, and then there's sport climbing. Um,
that one I'm totally for.
Wait,
Totally
how
for
could
that.
you be not for breaking, skateboarding, and surfing, but be for sport climbing?
I'm not against surfing. I just couldn't figure out how they're going to score it. Not against it.
Okay, okay. So
I'm in for sport.
why are you in for
I'm in for
sport
climbing for
climbing?
the very specific reason. The ancient Greeks could have done that. If they invented a skateboard, they could have done that too, but they didn't. I guarantee you there are ancient Greeks that climbed
you're
mountains.
more okay. So you're leaning more of the purist, the more
Yeah,
Puritan
like if the ancient Greeks
outlook.
could have done it, I'm totally for it. I don't like fencing.
Okay.
I'm sure they did it, but I don't like it.
Okay, I see. Well,
Yeah.
you won't be happy then to hear that because of these changes, they've also reduced the number of wrestlers and
Mm.
boxers. So,
Well, they're still going to have it. It's just reduced
they're
numbers. I'm
still going
okay
to
with
have
that. It's
it. They're
still
just
there.
reducing the
That's fine.
number,
I'm okay with
and
that. They can
they're
reduce the
also
numbers. There's too many of them anyway.
yeah. There's too many. I mean,
There,
I guess there's too many athletes, so they're going to reduce
I mean,
that.
think about it. The wrestling stuff started like day one, typically, of the Summer Olympics and ended, I think, the last day. Just because those guys got the crap kicked out, and girls got the crap kicked out of them.
It's tournament style. It's hard to turn around in just a day. So, I mean,
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, you won yesterday. Hey, you're facing the world's number one tomorrow. Good luck.
yeah. Look, I like all the additions. I think we're close to maybe other sports like parkour. Um,
Parkour, parkour.
I saw something interesting. I think it was on NBC Sports Network. It was tag, and it was out of Britain, and it was basically a small, I don't
You,
know,
you
thousand
mean
foot
like the
square
Fox show?
space. No, it was 1,000 foot square space, and there was all these little obstacles that one person chasing another. It was a team sport. Maybe we'll
Huh.
we'll 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 add that. But
By the way, I would be okay with parkour first, mostly because it's French. They should put it in. And I'm okay if for the summer and winter, well, more summer though than winter really, that they wanted to do sports that were created there. Like as an example, when the US has it, if they wanted to do baseball, I'd be okay with that
yeah,
because
well,
invented here, fine.
but the problem is there's just not enough countries that are competitive in baseball, right?
Well, yeah, but
Um,
you know what I mean. Baseball, parkour, whatever,
yeah. I don't
fencing.
know. I I,
Ugh.
I guess we'll see what the next exhibition sports are that they're going to test, and
Hmm.
then they'll come through. Look, I think that the X Games. I think there are several sports within X Games. Look, I'm not looking at tricks with snowmobiles. I don't need that. Let's
Moto X, double
let's
backflips.
let's definitely keep that in the X Games, but we'll see what comes up. Another
So
thing
coming up
that
next in the Summer Olympics, rally car.
exactly. Another thing that just broke today is Duke, coming off a really big loss, has
They got
decided that
crushed. It was so weird.
they got spanked.
Yeah, they did.
They have
They did.
announced, Krzyzewski has announced that they are canceling all non-conference games moving forward. Um, they are citing COVID.
Okay.
Um,
Uh-huh.
but Krzyzewski just complained about the fact that this whole COVID thing has been mentally exhausting, and they're just not very consistent in how they're enforcing rules. and it's making it hard to coach. It's making it hard for the athletes, et cetera, et cetera. So I think this is his way of being able to kind of address that and just say, we're just going to reduce the number of games our guys play.
Yeah, look, I don't blame him. I understand there's a lot of TV money probably that Duke's going to miss out on. As we talked about, the Michigan State Ohio State game getting canceled probably cost Fox Network like $18 million, give or take. That hurts.
Yeah.
That
I
is
don't know if
hard
any
pill
of
to
those,
swallow.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if any of those games were due to be on like the ACC network or ESPN, et cetera, but
I'm sure they were all over the board from
I'm sure
ACC Network,
every,
ESPN
yeah.
to
Well, I'm sure
Fox
every Duke
Sports
game was going to
Southwest
be,
or whatever.
yeah, I'm sure every Duke game was going to be televised, regardless
Oh,
of
God, yeah,
who
it's
they're
Duke.
playing. So
I will say
I'm
this. I
sure,
watched some of that game. Did you watch the game at all?
no, I didn't.
Oh, man, you should go back and watch some of the highlights. It is really weird to see Cameron Indoor Stadium because it was at Duke
Empty.
with all like the seats pushed in instead of being out, that bench seating like back in high school where you had to pull it out like with that
Yeah.
freaking metal pipe or whatever it was.
Yeah,
Well, it's probably
some,
automated now,
some
but
clips. I should go back and
yeah,
watch
it was
a
weird.
couple of them and try to take notice of the state, the actual.
Yeah, it was just weird. I was watching. I was like, where are they? And then I was like, oh, that's Cameron Indoor.
Yeah. Oh, one last thing, and then BC, Boston College, announced that they decided they're gonna forego a bowl game, citing again, just like I said, mental exhaustion from the pandemic.
Yeah, you got LSU and
were they gonna go to
imposing
a big bowl game? I don't know, but I think it was they said it was a team decision. So apparently some of these seniors don't care if they're going to go to, the Ore-Ida Bowl, or the Chick-fil-A Bowl or whatever bowl they were going to qualify for anyway.
Yeah, yeah. So, you still got games being canceled. I think there were 2 of them canceled today, if not more. I mean, Washington, Oregon, and Oklahoma, West Virginia.
Yeah. Well, Michigan, Ohio State, right? The big game.
Well, yeah, that was canceled a few days ago, but yeah.
Yeah. But it looks like that Ohio State is still going to be able to contend. They're throwing in.
I told you they would change the rules.
They picked an arbitrary number of 6 anyway.
I know. It's so stupid.
So
in the age of COVID, they should have been like, see how many you can get through.
Yeah. I mean, look, if anything was rigged, it was definitely this, because it was always going to be for Ohio State. They weren't going. And look, Ohio State owns tiebreakers. So it's not like they don't deserve to represent their side of the conference in the championship game. It just why did you even have to throw out an arbitrary number? Because if Ohio State played 2 games and they won both and they crushed both those
they
teams,
still would have been in.
Exactly. So
yeah,
you set a bar that you really, I mean, that.
Well, look, there's no national TV money in Indiana versus Northwestern. You put Ohio State in, you're going to get the people that love Ohio State. You're going to get the Michigan fans who hate Ohio State rooting for Northwestern. You're going to get average Joe fan, me, who will be rooting for Northwestern because I have a family member who went there. Plus, I just hate Ohio State. It's not a Michigan thing. I don't like Michigan either. I just, good times. Good times.
Anyway, that's all I got. You got anything else?
Yes, I do. Breaking, SEC ESPN just struck a 10-year deal for college football and basketball starting in 2024.
So it continues with
money.
SEC.
Money. They didn't say how much it was for, though.
Probably paid way too much.
But yeah, I don't. Well, it was either they were going to pay way too much, or anybody was going to pay way too much.
Yeah,
didn't matter.
So
somebody was going to overpay.
Someone was going to overpay. Hopefully ESPN will see.
Oh, they'll recoup it. Iron Bowl.
Yeah.
10 years in the Iron Bowl.
10 years. So
that means no more. It's not on CBS anymore. Interesting.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, that's all I got sports wise.
That's all we got. Check out our other videos. We're talking about the top 10 most Googled athletes. We break down our top 10 football movies, top 10 baseball movies. Check them out. Let us know what you think. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I'm DJ. That's Dustin. We out.
All the hate goes to him. I don't want to hear it because I don't check.